All right, hey, welcome to another episode of Politics for the People. My name is Daniel Jackson. I am running for the 12th Congressional District. That's 24 counties here in East Georgia. This is going to be in 2024. Primary election is on May the 21st. Y'all, please come out and support. This election is super important, all right? I'm out here in South Augusta right now at Swagger and Style, Barbershop. Barbershop I've been coming to for years. I got my team here from Swagger and Style. I got my man Mel here. What's going on, Mel? Hey, appreciate y'all for having me, man. I've been coming here for a long time, man. I think I've been getting my hair cut by my man Corey over here for, about 15, 20 years? Yeah, been holding me down for a while, man. I appreciate y'all being a staple in this community. Y'all have always been here for mentorships and apprenticeships for people getting their barber license. I know a lot of young people, just like Glovers, used to be across the street, man. Y'all used to get everybody in there. Y'all wasn't a real barber around the neighborhood unless you got up in Glovers or Swagger and Style, man. So I appreciate y'all being here.
Okay, I'm Kobe Harris, known as Cousin Kobe. I'm a speaker, entrepreneur. My store is next door. Fix your call.
Hi, I'm Lisa Glover. I'm the owner of Sexy Look Cosmetic and more. I'm an independent makeup artist. I travel a lot and I select faces.
It's Justin Ring. I'm just a local citizen, man. Just want to see what's going on right here, man. Ask some questions to the candidate.
I'm Crystal Kemp, and I am a nurse, a allied health instructor. I'm also a business owner in Columbia County. And I'm just here to see what the discussion is about.
Yeah, David Mew. I got a plug manhood too. We're going to get it off the ground. We partner with That's the Partnership for Children. I'm from Thompson, Georgia. Retired very in 20 years. I'm a community activist.
So at the federal level, we have set the minimum wage to $7.25, right? There are multiple states, numerous states, I should say. I think over 20 last time I checked that have raised their minimum wage above $7.25. There are about a handful of states that are still at $7.25, and that includes Georgia. So what I want to ask to the group, how do y'all feel about the state of Georgia still being at $7.25? Because this was set in 2009, and we haven't really taken a look at that since.
Like barely survive around here. Work hard every day just to go on and let me broke. I don't like it. I think something need to be changed, but
I think it's slave wages. What person, what family do you think can survive and thrive? Like inflation going up, you know what I'm saying? So we know about that, gas prices, rent prices, interest rates, mortgage prices, everything's going up but minimum wage. So it's like, you want people to struggle. You want people to get into the streets, sell drugs. You want that violence. You want that crime because people got to eat. You know what I'm saying? People got to survive. They got a family to feed. So that's an insult to a family, a grown man. And we know a lot of people ain't paying $7.25, but anything less than $16, $17 it's offensive. You know what I'm saying? So like, you asking for crime, you asking for violence, you asking for that because people gotta survive. So it's only one way to survive. We're gonna figure it out. And that's the thing I like about people. They're gonna figure out how to survive, but it's just the criminal system, they thrive off of that. They thrive off you trying to survive, you trying to make it. Because they know what you about to do because you need that money. You know what I'm saying? Unless you got 3 or 4 or 5 jobs. Now you hitting them on the other side with the kids. Hey, I'm about to throw you in jail because you left a kid at home or you brought your kid to the job. Well, I'm trying to eat. I'm trying to survive. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's an insult. It's crazy.
Yeah. So let me add this, because right now there is a bill. Well, actually, I think there's been multiple bills, but I know there's definitely one bill that has been introduced at the federal level within the House that's calling for $15 minimum wage. You just made a comment saying that unless you're getting paid $16, $17 an hour, then it's an insult. And I think the livable wage in Georgia right now is somewhere around $18. So to that point, the counter argument to raising the minimum wage that high would be that you have heard a lot of small businesses, right? And I believe so far that's why nothing's been done at the federal level. So my question to the group is, how does that sit with y'all as far as business owners. Do you think that there's a good argument on the side of the small business owner to not want?
Some of these small businesses on the thrive, you know, off of this. They taking advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? So they taking advantage of all they have to pay you X amount of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So you hire an adult. You know, I could see if it was a kid, 16, 17, they ain't got no bills, they ain't got no responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? But you bring in an adult and we saying, hey, I'm only gonna pay you $9 an hour. And that's it. You know, like that's an insult.
And that's why you have a lot of small businesses that do everything themselves, so they don't have to pay that extra person. Because for me, I do makeup, but I do other things as well. I make a lot of products. I make bracelets. I make cork and tail. I make a lot of stuff. But do I need the help? Yes, but can I afford the help? No. Light bill, cell phone bill, my daughter bills. Like, my daughter, yeah, she expensive. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So I asked the question: what job is actually paying $7.25? What job? If we look right now, we look at Burger King, Wendy's, those type of places like that, right? Those are your normal minimum wage jobs. Those are.
And there is upper jobs that pay that low. And that's for people who've gone to school and paid for education for a skill. And they pay CNAs $8 an hour. I know companies that get $16 and $17 an hour, sometimes $20 an hour.
But I definitely want to touch on this one because we're talking about healthcare and we're talking about the numbers, right? The money that's associated with what they pay healthcare professionals. I actually sat in a room with CEOs from Piedmont and the other local hospitals. And one of the biggest issues is that across the 72 proficiencies within healthcare right now, they're short in all specialties. And they were trying to figure out, how do we incentivize high school students to want to get involved in these healthcare professions? Now, wait a minute, healthcare, cyber, all that, we have huge shortages. So I want to go back to y'all with this question. How do we incentivize this? Because workforce development is a huge thing, right? Like, you got to be able to motivate the workforce by training them, giving them skills that are actually marketable, right? So that they can actually, you know, pay off those student loans and all that great stuff. So question being is, in y'all mind, one, is it where it should be? I'm guessing the answer is no. But then two, how do you fix it?
That hospital is so understaffed because treating your employees like crap. You want them to work more days for less money. Cutting pay, like,
You want tax dollars to be spent so that education was free, healthcare free? Is that y'all like-minded with that? Or
Minimum, we should have some type of free trade system. What I'm talking about, trade skills, like learn trade skills. Some type of system like that.
So go ahead, Will.
You shouldn't have to wait till, you know, we get in trouble for us to get some type of learn free stuff. I mean, we go to prison, then they want to teach you stuff. You know what I'm saying? Want to give you this trade, give you that. If you could do it in prison, it could be out here in the world too. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. It should be free trade. It makes sense.
Why can't the high school system? Not every student isn't going to go to college. But if you got a kid that knows he's good with his hands, that's a good carpenter or a good electrician, all that, why can't there be a school in there that's geared towards that, to where they can go and get that training and focus? And like you said, if they're graduating now out of high school with associate's degrees, or they're graduating out with a trade certification, now they can come out and actually be useful at that, instead of now going racking up thousands of dollars in financial aid that they now have to pay back again because they had to go get this in order to meet the certain.
You talk about, if we go talk about education, one of the first things we got to do, we got to address the problem that we have with that.
Okay. Yeah. So do you feel like everyone in the United States is being treated equally? Question mark. Why or why not? That is the question that's on the paper. There's a lot of people who feel as if, hey, well, we've made everything equal at this point in time, so there should be no complaints. There should not be any need for things like DEI, right? Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Those programs, they've been kind of taken away from the college level. They're trying to strip them from the Pentagon right now. Affirmative action was struck down at the Supreme Court, right? So all these different things are happening because, in my mind, it says, hey, we don't have that issue anymore. Why those programs were put in place. What are your thoughts?
And you know that the people are trying to tie that to money about how much you make. This lower income over here, this nah, it ain't just tied to money. It's tied to who approving those loans for those neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they redline it, and they still doing it. So that's DEI, right? And like, nah, there ain't no fairness. There ain't no equality around it at all. Like, you really look at it, dig under the surface, man. There's no equality, and that goes from, you know, men and women pay on the corporate ladder to the black, white, masculine, you know, all of that. There's no real equality. Like,
What are you trying to get grants too? Because the first thing they ask you is, what's your race? If this grant's for everybody, why you need to know what client is? So
it should never ask that question. They don't raise or ethnicity. It should never
ask me my race. And I'm thinking to myself, why do you need to know my race if this grant is open up to everybody? Because they only give a certain amount of money to us, and then to the rest of whoever else. But yeah,
You don't hear that too much from Caucasians. Like, that should tell you that there's no equal playing field. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would they just get, you know, for African Americans? There's a reason why. And then they only gonna give it to a certain amount of people that apply for it, that ask for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're letting me know there's no equality. You know what I'm saying? It should have it for all of them, 80%. You know what I'm saying? Something for everybody.
Yeah.
It ain't like that.
Yeah.
What you were saying, like, you know, I don't like, even when you talk about redlining, usually we don't reference that to like all loans and things like that. But it's in every aspect of red light. I don't know if everybody kind of know what red line is. They don't even gotta ask you about your race. They just looking at your zip code. You look at your zip code, and if it's majority black people or minorities there, then they can deny you based off your zip code. And that's an issue. I'm seeing it like, even like if I'm running your credit right now for T-Mobile, I'm running your credit for AT&T right now. Based off your zip code, it's going to classify you in one of those credit plans. And the funny thing, and that's why the race part don't even matter anymore. It's about the zip code. And we talk about equality. Those are some of the things that we have to fix. Because if I come in like you shouldn't judge me based off my zip code. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, judge me off my payment history.
If you could tell President Biden or the President of the United States, whoever's sitting there, the President of the United States, no matter the person, if you could tell that person there's one thing that needs to be fixed at the federal level in order for us to thrive as a nation, what would that thing be?
You got reparations has to happen. It has to, because you got the nation has to apologize for what they did.
first of all, because we still this is modern day slavery that we in now. We may not be in chains and getting whipped and stuff physically, but we still going through some stuff that happened way back. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like it needs to go back to, they need a lot of making up to do.
I mean, for me, I would have to say everything first starts with self, you know. Like, we do have like a history that's traumatic, and some trauma isn't like, when you experience it, you don't experience it like the full effect right then. There's a residual effect. So if we're speaking about like our specific community, I feel like we gotta not heal ourselves because we know what's happened, but we gotta heal one another.
If you ask me, man, he just said exactly what I would say. Yeah. To me, everything starts with education. You can't fight something if you don't know what it is. You know what your journey is. Start your journey then, and then you get these kids a better faith. And now you're not looking at this stuff. Now they're coming out with a foot to stand on. Just look at the difference in education of a high school graduate versus somebody with any type of degree. Right?
And we talk about recovery from slavery, Jim Crow, COVID, all kinds of stuff, right? There's so much stuff going on in America, but we don't focus on mental health, right? As far as rehabilitating someone, right? People coming out of the prison system, people just going through all these traumatic experiences, school shootings, all of that, right? That's why we are not able to unify because people don't understand how important, health is.
So me, I was ran, man. I would say education because education is there. What even one of y'all said, education needs to everybody's on. Kid right now. What you want to be? He gonna tell you what you want to be.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is educate. Education we needs to.
Yeah. Okay.
They pretty much said everything I would say. Just make things easy. Just write stuff. And you can get anything like that. But 4 or 5 of us in this room can have excellent credit, put money together, and they give it to that one man before they give it to all of us together. It's not right.
Yeah, so from a business perspective, on this side of town, you can see the inequality on a day-to-day basis. Right. Okay. What you got, Will?
I would ask by it because I want to speak for Georgia. Go ahead and raise the minimum wage.
Yeah.
Free health care for all. Go ahead and legalize marijuana. Plain and simple. That's what everybody want. Get the people what they want.
That's what the people want, huh? Okay. Yeah.
I've been listening. I think what I would ask is transparency. I'm in data, what I do. So if we have that data, transparency in all industries, again, it's definitely innovative, far-fetched, but truly transparency. We can't fix these issues. You know what you know in your area, you know what you know in your area, we'll keep together. But if we truly had transparency to see, hey, this superintendent only does this for XYZ. We see that this particular area, due to stats, now that's federally required to show, right? We see now how you slay. What is the most, we can look at that big data and say, hey, I see that this situation or this person or this company only goes here, or this company red lines there. Again, I don't know about that. I don't know about that at all.
Yeah.
But if it's at a federal level required, again, innovative part,
It's facts, right?
In order for us to be able to offer something, we have to offer a plan. You don't just walk in there and ask a man for something if you ain't got no plan of action, right? You actually have to say, hey, my people are broken. They are in, this state, and this is what I need from you as a leader, i.e. president, i.e. governor, i.e. mayor, right? These are the things that we're going to need in order for us to fix ourselves or fix our own community so that we can be, right, full participants. And that's one thing that we can't come together to do right now. And it's because we haven't come together physically and actually had this conversation, right? Like, this is just a small number, but I think that this is what I'm trying to get to, is to get everybody to understand that there's nothing that can't be changed within government. It just takes a number of people to do so. So the only reason things stay the way they are, right? The only reason people stay broken, right? Is because nobody's actually walked in that door and demanded the solutions, right? Like, you never said, hey, here's my list of wants, my needs. All of us that's standing here, we want you to deliver on that. It's always piecemeal. There's one person over here that's like, hey, man, I'm trying to get help with this thing. Oh, buddy got his own thing going over there. Hey, there's never a group that walks up as a unit and says, hey, we all want this, man. And we all together, yeah, he or her, they ain't here talking for us, but we all here together for that one thing. Organization that is fighting for those different rights or fighting for those different things that they're trying to accomplish for their people, their voting base, they are only as powerful as their voting base, right? So the more people that actually turn out for them, the stronger their message is, right? That's just how politics rolls. So if you're behind somebody and you realize that they can't get something changed, you got to realize that they don't have enough votes, right? Because the only time anything around here moves is if you have enough votes, right? So if we wanted to change the education system, first you got to get enough votes to change the education system. You ain't going to change it with the majority of people, especially the ones that's getting paid, like the way it is, right? Same thing when it comes to healthcare. And this is why we have our argument about business owners versus employees. If business owners don't want to change it, guess what? Employees are going to continue to get paid, right? So at all times, there's two sides of the equation, but it's the voting that can change the whole equation. Because if there's enough people who feel as if it needs to be changed, that's why you have unions, right? You have those union representatives, right? I'm trying to be your representative at the federal level. Person that goes in a room and argues and says, hey, you ain't doing right by me and my people. They deserve more, right? And that person's voice is only going to be heard in that room if they got a bunch of people standing behind them. That's just how politics works. Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, I appreciate all y'all coming out here today, being part of this conversation. To everybody that's tuning in, hey, I appreciate y'all linking in as well. Daniel Jackson for Congress. You can find me at djforcongress.com. Also, you can find me on my link tree. Please show your support. The election is May the 21st, all right? 2024, we need this one. Come on out. Hey, we'll be out here. Till next time. Love y'all. Peace.
Oh, shit, I'm dance. Me and the woman.